Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Marquie Money Talks YouTube channel. On this channel, we discuss stocks, investing, options, trading, creating business, and different strategies to create generational wealth. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to another episode. We're almost at, I believe, almost at 400 subscribers. So I want to thank everybody that's supporting this channel, that's subscribing. I hope you find the information useful. I've been busy doing a lot of things, trying to get prepared for some new things I got going on. I just did a children's coloring book that I released on Amazon, so I got that done. I'm working on a book now about reading the charts, because I've been learning about reading the charts, because that's all a part of investing too. If you can read the charts, it can kind of tell you where the stocks are going and which direction they're headed, so which helps you make more money. And that's the whole goal of this channel and investing and, building businesses and stuff, is to become financially free. And that's my goal, and I hope that's your goal as well. Today, I want to talk about some of the changes that's going on in the market right now. One thing about the market is forever changing, and things that may have worked in the past may not work today. Some of the things that have worked for me in the past that I've kind of taken for granted this year hasn't worked the way that some of the things have worked in the past for me. So I've had to make a lot of changes in the way that I invest and the things that I'm doing. And so I'm hoping to share some of that information with you so that you can make the adjustments that you need to make to become, a better investor. Now, one of the things that I was typically doing is because one of the first investments that or patterns I started recognizing in the market was the airline industry. And so every year I would repeat the cycle, because July is the highest month of the year for travel. So every year I would buy airline stocks, and then around this time of year I would sell them for double, triple, and quadruple the money that I typically made off of them. But this year they've kind of been a stalemate. And there's a lot of things that's going on in the market and in the world that's caused that. You have the higher interest rates, you have the recessions, you have the election, and just a whole number of things going on and changes in the market. So right now, what seems to be taking over the market is the tech sector with all the AI. Is kind of similar to the .com boom that we had in the past. So now I'm shifting the things that I was doing in the airlines into AI and trying to get more involved into investing in the technology stocks, like Apple, like NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, SoundHound. It's a ton of stocks. I've been putting together some watch lists and things like that. So I'll be sharing them as I get more information on some of the companies that I'm looking into investing in the future. And if you've been watching the channel, one thing I've learned this year is about options trading. And I really love options because it gives you a way to build your money faster and to make more money off of stocks. You can take the same $100 that you were going to use to invest in a stock and buy an option, and that option can make you $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 versus making a couple of $100 just off of buying and selling a regular stock. So what I'm doing now is I'm discovering even more opportunities in options. I've discovered, I won't say discovered, I've just learned some new things now, because they've already been there and they've already been getting done. I just didn't know about them. But as I've been doing more research and more learning and more studying, now I'm starting to learn more levels to what I'm doing. And those levels will, cause you more success in the future, because one thing I always say is it starts with your education. So the more you learn, the more you grow, the fewer mistakes you make, and the more money you have, and the more opportunities you can create for yourself. So one of the options that I've learned about is called covered calls. Now, if you've been paying attention to the channel, I have 3 videos on options where I go into details on how those work and everything. You have your call options and you have your put options and different things like that. Well, with covered calls, what that is you have to own the shares to be able to sell calls. So instead of buying calls, you can actually sell them and create passive income for yourself. So if you have 100 shares of a stock and say you bought it at $5 a share, you spend about 500. And say it has a day in the market and it just runs up and now it's $15 a share. Well, what you can do instead of selling it and pulling that 1,500 out, you can sell a covered call on those stocks and sell it for $15 a share. You know, each contract is 100 shares if you watch the other video on options. So you can get that $1,500. But if you sell a covered call, not only do you get the $1,500, but you also get the premium, which is the price that someone would pay for that call. So if that call option is, say, $150, then you get the $1,500 plus an additional $150 on top of your $1,500. So, you know, doing that and repeating that process over and over again, you know, you can create passive income for yourself because you can do it as many times as it sells. So every time it goes through, you can buy another 100 shares and then do a cover call. Even if you buy it at the same price, you can still make that premium every time you sell that covered call. So even if you sell it at $1,500, make the $150 for the price of the contract, and then turn around and rebuy it at $1,500, you can put it on there for sale again and make that $150 again, put it on there for sale again, and every time it sells, you're making $150 off that transaction, or whatever the price of that premium is. I'm just using $150 as an example. So it's a way to, have passive income off of stocks that you own, but you have to own it to be able to sell covered calls. So that's something I'm going to be working on this year. I got a few stocks that I'm looking at right now to be able to get into that. And so I'm hoping to try that out and see how that works. And then I keep you updated on what's going on with that. Now, another way to make money off of options is called cash covered puts. Now, with the cash covered puts, you don't necessarily have to own the stock, but you do have to have the money in your account to cover it, just in case, it hits your number. Because put options, you make money when the stock go down. So say your $15 stock is starting to drop and you want to make money off of it before it get back down to $5 where you purchased it at. So you can sell a cash covered put, but you don't necessarily have to own that stock. So you can sell that put for the premium, whatever that is. That could be $100 or $150. And and say you put it in for $10 a share. Now, as long as it doesn't hit that $10 a share, then you get to make that premium over and over and over again, as long as it expires without hitting your number. Now, if it hits your number, then you have to purchase those stocks at that price. So if you got it set at $10 and it drops down to $10, then you have to be able to buy that 100 shares. So you have to have the money in your account to do it, but you don't necessarily have to do it up front. So that's 2 ways to create passive income off of call options. One is covered calls, and the other is cash covered puts. So I'm going to be doing a little more research on them, but it's something I plan on implementing very soon. So I just wanted to share that information with you about the cash covered calls and the covered calls and the cash covered puts. And I'm going to be doing some more videos. So I just want to go ahead and get the first one out the way And I have opened a YouTube channel, not a YouTube channel. I've opened a Facebook group. So if you want to join the Facebook group, I have a Marquie Money Talks Facebook group. I'll try to see if I can post a link in the description when I upload this video. And I also will be posting a link to the coloring book. It's for ages 1 to 5. And it's my first book, you know, before I started producing music and before I was doing anything, I wanted to be a writer. And so now I'm getting back into doing some of the things that I've always dreamed of doing. So I decided just to do the coloring book, just to kind of get my feet wet and see how the process of creating a book and posting it online is. And so now I can get back into some of the other things I want to write. I have some ideas for some nonfiction and some fictional stories and different things about the stock market, you know, trying to improve my investments and help you improve your investments through some of the experiences I had in business and investing and life and different things like that. So I got a lot of things coming. I'll be posting the links in the descriptions. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Marquie Money Talks YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video if it brings value and is helping you win. And also, I will be having links in the description for Moomoo and Webull, because I'm getting away from Robinhood, because I don't like their the security on their platform, because I had an issue with them and they basically just let the company keep my money. And so I'm like, if I can't trust you with $275, why should I trust you with 2.5 million or 100 million or however my investments grow? So I'm going to be using more YouTube. I keep saying YouTube. I'm going to be using more Moomoo, more Webull, M1, and I just set up an account with Charles Schwab. So in the future, I'm going to be funding those accounts and kind of getting away from using Robinhood, because just like I said, their security and their customer service is horrible. So you guys have a great rest of your day, rest of your weekend, and rest of the year. You be safe out there, and let's keep investing, let's keep learning, and let's keep growing together. Thank you.